Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. You gotta give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahai, not Allah, not Abba, not Yahuwah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shai. So we got to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rekah Korash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishop and elders of great millstone who are well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready to accept it or not. And the sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth and believing this truth, but the four winds of the earth and the entire world, shedding light to the whole elect. Shalom to the Akwa through our lesson learning, ye few sisters our lesson learning. Coming into another lesson, truth, fact, faith, and edification. Another day of edification, Lord, let us be edified. So I titled this lesson, The Lord Established a Way Out for the Elect to Escape Esau's Pollutions. And I got a couple of movie clips, or a couple of clips I want to show how the Lord gave the elect a way out through his secrets, which watching Apostle Ramlock video he just did in the spirit, because I had some of those same precepts lined up for this lesson about the secrets of the Lord being revealed to serve men in the last days. And as he went into that word mystery in Colossians 1 and 26, about those, the only ones that's going to receive the mysteries are the initiated ones being reactivated to the truth, which is through predestination. So I want to play some clips, and I'm gonna get a couple precepts. So this first one is titled Depopulation. It's a movie called Executive Action. Burt Lancaster from 1973. So let me play this, and I'm gonna get a couple precepts. I got a few of these I want to play because when you read in Ephesians 2, it tell you that we was following the prince of the power of the air in the ways of his world, in his which is called white supremacy. Matter of fact, let me read this. In Ephesians, we was under the hand of the wicked, man, meaning their philosophies, their ways of life, which is in Colossians 2 and 8, tells about the rudiments of the world, of the so-called white man. So this is Ephesians 2 and 1, and you have be quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, among whom also we all had our conversations in time past, in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. So that was a time when we was brainwashed with white supremacy. Then the Lord uh, reactivated you back to the flow of a pure mind. So listen to this.
Real problem is this, James. 2 decades, there will be 7 billion human beings on this planet. Most of them brown, yellow, or black. All of them hungry. All of them determined to love. They'll swarm out of their breeding grounds into Europe and North America. Hence Vietnam. An all-out effort there will give us control of South Asia for decades to come. And with proper planning, we can reduce the population to 550 million by the end of the century. I know. Well, someone has to do it. Now we use to reduce our own excess population. Blacks, Puerto Ricans, Mexican Americans, poverty prone whites, and so forth.
See, and it tell you in Psalm 64 that they search out iniquities They accomplish a diligent search. Let me get this next clip so I can blow me up. See, it's all about so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. This is play this guy here. Listen to this 3-minute clip from Paul Harvey.
If I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I would.
See, who's the ripest apple on the tree? It's talking about Israelites. Now I just read Ephesians 2, right? Let's read it again. And you have he quickened, who are dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. So what did he just say? Let's run it back.
So I'd set about however necessary. If I were the devil. If I were the devil.
The so-called white man is the devil, which that word devil in the Greek mean diablos, is diablos, which mean accuser, slanderer. And he's the deceiver. They tell you that he came out of the caves in Revelations 20 to deceive the nations.
If I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree.
And he talking about Israelites, man. And let me get this. He said, if he were the prince of darkness, which they are. This is Job 10 and 22. It reads, Job 10 and 21, before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. See, this is the last time the so-called white man has have us in captivity. That's why Job said, before I go whence I shall not return. This is it, man. This is the last time, man. A land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. Listen to what he's saying. One more time.
If I were the devil. If I were the devil. If I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I'm convinced that man did God away.
See, the world think that Esau done got away with his wickedness. He been getting away so long that God must be cool with them. Lord must be down with them. Or the God or the Most High must look like them for them to get to do what they did in the earth, man. And they done this first and foremost to the Hebrew Israelites, but now they doing it to all nations, man. But this must be God for this to happen.
That what's bad is good and what's good is square.
See, hold on. That's Isaiah 5. Make good bad and bad good, sweet for bitter, right?
That what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make your exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with self.
That's happening now, man. The scriptures already mentioned that. The Lord said he come to bring the vision, man, amongst the nations and in your household. That's happening. That's been happening. It's just waxing worse at this point.
Until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames.
See? Enchantments, man, through the music and the movies. Social media, Instagram, all these Snapchat and all this, man. Facebook. What we talking about? People talking about they keeping up with their families. No, you niggas watching other niggas' lives, man. That's fanning the flames. It'll play it again. This is what Esau is prove to you. He's the one that's controlling all this, man.
Ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames.
Mesmerizing media. That's your social media sites, man. And if you ain't into that, you into drugs. Caught up in something, man. That's what the Lord say. They have stricken the idol with their hands, man.
If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door.
Which is happening right now. Which is going on right now in the schools, man.
Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. And then from
And they did that. I did a lesson on it a while ago. The guy that Jeffrey Sachs was interviewing, he said it was the government that removed God out of everything, man. See, he's telling you who's behind this, man. If I was the devil. This so-called white man is the devil, man.
his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. Hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in with diseases for which there is. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
You heard it, man. You heard it from out of their mouth themselves. And this is Job chapter 15 and 5. It reads, for thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Thy own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yea, thy own lips testify against thee. See, in Psalms 119 and 69, he said, if I was the devil, I would frame all these lies on. I would change everything, man. And they did that. Psalms 119 and 69, which is the perfect scripture for what that bastard said. The proud have forged a lie against me. See, that's what they did, man. Because they the forgers of lies. But I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart. So let me get this next clip. The Lord said it. Oh, let me read this. Psalms. Psalm 64 and 7. It reads, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Now let me get this last clip, and I'm gonna get some precepts. Actually, I got two more clips. Let's get this one. Now listen to the Belarus president. This is from yesterday. So like you. All right. Listen to this.
President of Belarus Alexander Lukashenko announced that the world is standing on the threshold of huge events. The whole planet could catch fire, he stressed. Lukashenko said in a statement, "I want to warn you, the world is ahead of huge events. Today we are in a very difficult situation as if we are walking on thin ice. A careless step and we may drown the state and overturn it. Therefore, this year will be very difficult. According to all events, it will be very noisy. But we must do everything to maintain calm and tranquility. And the facts indicate that the world is unstable. And this is only the beginning and there will be more." Lukashenko stressed that the Americans in particular are among the existing powers that do not want multipolarity. They want to rule the whole world, as it was after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Ukraine, the Middle East, and today the borders of the Indian and Atlantic Oceans, the Houthis. There is a bombardment of muscle flexing just for the upcoming elections in America, and for Biden to show his heroism and how wonderful he is. Lukashenko expressed fears that this instability could spread to other regions of the world where the whole planet could catch fire.
That's finna happen, man. The whole planet could catch fire, man. Let me get this. Putin said it once before, man, a few years ago. He said he would destroy the whole earth, man, with missiles, man. Now check this out. This is like 18 minutes. I want to try to play most of this. It got some infomercials in it, so bear with me. But these is the results. People, bear with me, but I want you to see this. So check this out. Lord willing, let me back up.
Worst case scenario. Let's say things with Russia turn into the worst case scenario. A deranged, desperate Vladimir Putin sees his regime about to collapse in a last-ditch effort to take as many enemies with him. Passive launch of in 1,000 miles per hour. But where are they headed? Thankfully, this hypothetical remains very, very likely. It's not entirely impossible. Has the world's largest nuclear stockpile, extant weapons and rough nets. Where this might strike fired is what experts and policymakers have vowed since the days with nuclear threats once rising again. It's worth looking at how doomsday scenario might play out. In this video, we'll take a look at this right here with
So lock your infomercial.
starting in the United States. Some of the first US targets for a Russian nuclear strike are the major centers of power you expect. The Pentagon is among the most important of these, as it acts as the headquarters for the US Department of Defense. If it or destroy it would an enormous blow to the command structure of the US military. It would likely not cripple the US armed forces, but would also likely destroy much of Washington, D.C. Some 730,000 people live in D.C., while more than 6.3 million live in the greater D.C. area. But a nuclear dependent indicate that close to 500,000 people could be killed instantly, with many more falling sick from radioactive fallout afterwards. The initial blast would vaporize the Pentagon itself and anything else within a half-mile radius. Damage from the strike would radiate outwards some 4 miles from the epicenter, including the area containing the US Capitol building, White House, and Supreme Court. While the nuclear fireball and the enormous shockwave following it would be deadly on their own, it is the potential for widespread radiation which would create the biggest hazard. Radiation anywhere near the blast would be intense enough to cause third-degree burns, while also causing many harmful mutations in victims' DNA, leading to cellular degeneration and cancer. Even if people in the larger blast radius managed to survive the explosion, there's a good chance they would die from the huge amount of radiation exposure. The White House is roughly 2.17 miles from the Pentagon, putting it well within the damage zone of a nuclear blast. If the president were there, they would likely be safe. Either the White House and Capitol were targeted independently. Thousands of US officials and would certainly be killed, sending the government into crisis mode. The president would declare a state of emergency and likely invoke martial law. If the president were killed, the next in the line of succession would be the vice president, Speaker of the House of Representatives, President pro tempore of the Senate, Secretary of State, and so on, until someone alive could be reached. Besides the institutions around Washington, D.C., the second major goal of a Russian nuclear attack would be to strike as many US missile silos as possible in order to minimize a retaliatory strike. There is almost no chance this would be totally effective, as the US has nearly as many nuclear weapons as Russia. Advanced nuclear submarines hidden around the world.
Scriptures say, oh, what's that? Joel. They talking about America has many missiles as Russia. They don't have the system that Russia got, man. That's why I tell you in Joel, let me read this real quick. In Joel 2, and read this point. Because when they get shut off, they're going to hit their targets. But what it said about the missiles is, they shall fall upon the sword and not be wounded. America's defense system is going to be down, man. That EMP burst, man, is going to shut down America's silos. And that's what the scriptures say. This ain't me just talking. Joel 2 in verse 8, it reads, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path, because they got a GPS coordinates. They're going to hit ground zero, their target. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Talking about the missiles. See? So Esau lying, man. See, the Lord gave us the blueprint. The Lord gave us the script to the movie. We know how this is going to play out.
Especially those bases with Minuteman III ICBMs, which would mean targeting some very remote parts of the US. One of these is Malmstrom Air Force Base, located deep in the state of Montana. There are around 3,400 military personnel and 1,000 civilians working at Malmstrom, many responsible for the 150 Minuteman III nuclear missiles housed at the base. If a ship were to kill airlocks, demon people in nearby towns of Gill and Great, the number of injured would be nearly double, even though the area is very sparsely populated. But high casualties would not be the goal of a strike on Malmstrom, as Russia would only be trying to cripple the ability of ICBMs to be fired from the base. The effects of a nuclear strike on the local environment would be devastating. Water flowing through the Mississippi River near the impact site would instantly vaporize, while the flow from upstream would eventually pass through the irradiated area around Malmstrom. The river would carry its length. It would.
And the Mississippi River is the new Euphrates, man. This is the new Euphrates. It flows through all of Babylon the Great.
take months or years for any water drawn from nearby sources to be drinkable. In the meantime, large amounts of animals could die of radiation poisoning. Even those
You had the Edomite talking. He told me it could take years for to get man, like this place is gonna rebuild after all these missiles get shot over here, man.
hundreds of miles away. The
recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from
Hey, that's why I tell you when
StreamYard. I'm
Corinthians
so excited to
10,
announce that
in 2 Corinthians 10,
the ecological
verse 5, it say the words of the Lord, the truth is casting down imaginations. Because the so-called white man have a very imaginary mind, man. Making you think after these missiles hit, they're gonna rebuild, man. Ain't no rebuilding after this. Then he start off saying how the reason Putin gonna do this is because he know he gonna be destroyed, so he gonna take many down with him. Well, that's the Edomites all together, man. But this ain't why Putin is gonna shoot missiles to Babylon the Great. It had nothing to do with them going to fall. It has something to do with America being a bully around the earth, man. And it's the prophets of the Lord because they put their hands on Israel, man. All this is going to happen because these nations put their hand on us, man. As the scripture says, Zephaniah 1:15, they went overboard with our affliction, man. Oh, in Isaiah 47:6, the Lord said, Thou hast very heavily laid thy yoke, man. Thou showed them no mercy. So, as it said in James 2:13, Yahweh Shema Shai ain't showing nobody no mercy, man. You ain't show Israel no mercy, then you 17 heathen nations will be destroyed with no mercy, man.
effect of such a shock would be felt across the country, and Malmstrom is far from the only target in a potential nuclear attack by Russia. Another key base likely to be targeted by Russia is Minot Air Force. The base contains roughly another 50 man staff of 200 military personnel and 420 civilians. However, it is also more populous, with nearly 50,000 people. There would likely be over 23,000 immediate casualties, with another 20,000 suffering from injuries and radiation sickness. Malmstrom, any strike on Minot AFB would also cause huge radioactive fallout contaminating groundwater, soil, and air. The final ICBM silo which Russia would likely attempt to first strike on would be Francis E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming. The ICBMs there would be a harder target since they are actually spread around in silos between Nebraska, Wyoming, and Colorado.
The missiles got shot off in was that the Terminator? Terminator 3, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Terminator 3. They showed the missile got shot off, and the one guy was on the tractor. Edomite was on the tractor, and it showed you because them silos they got them spread it out through these little country lands over here in Babylon, man. He finished show you.
Wyoming would also be devastated, and anyone present would receive a high dose of radiation. In addition to the major silos, a Russian nuclear attack would also target command and control centers across the country. Many of these are similarly hidden in rural locations around the U.S.
See, they showed you this scene right here in Terminator 3, Rise of the Machine. I think that was when they fired off the machines, fired off all the missiles out of the silos in these different countries and in America, like that look like this, but it's silos on these places, man. They showed you in the movie. Let me play it back.
Centers across the country. Many of these are similarly hidden in rural locations around the US, often in plain sight. One major target would be the North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD headquarters at Peterson Air Base in Colorado. NORAD is a joint organization made up of US and Canadian service members and civilians, responsible for aerospace protection of North America. Unfortunately, Peterson Base has over 8,700 active duty personnel, 1,000 reservists, 1,900 civilian staff, 10,000 family members, and over 20,000 veterans. The base also sits just outside the city of Colorado Springs, which has a population of nearly half. A nuclear strike in this area would kill more than 60,000 or another 2,000. contaminated water and soil would again render much. That is the headquarters of the U.S. Strategic Command, or STRATCOM, responsible for strategic nuclear deterrence, global strike, and operating the Defense Department's global information grid. STRATCOM is critical to the operation of the larger U.S. military. If a nuclear warhead struck off at Air Force Base, it could kill more than 40 and injure nearly 100,000. It would also seriously degrade the U.S. ability to coordinate a military response and potentially create confusion within the command structure of the armed forces. Similarly, the nearby city of Omaha would be largely destroyed, potentially killing hundreds of thousands. The Missouri would be contaminated, leading to the deaths of wildlife and a drop in biodiversity. Transferred to one of the other 10 command and control centers around the country, the new command would oversee preparations for a retaliatory nuclear strike. Could happen almost instantly, since it would be hard-pressed to cripple the U.S. nuclear triad. Yet another potential target for Russian nukes would be the VLF, or Very Low Frequency Transmitter in Maine. This station transmissions to submarines in the U.S. Navy's Atlantic Fleet. Allowing them to carry out strikes if necessary. Cutler transmits its messages at 24 kHz and only uses 1.8 megawatts station, which transmits to the Pacific Fleet. It also sits in a remote area with few potential casualties, but again, air and water can which sits roughly 2,000 miles from the US mainland. On the island of Oahu is another VLF transmitter, which can relay orders to the Pacific submarine fleet of the Jim Creek installation
Hmm.
on these positions would kill many hundreds of thousands of Americans. The effect of a nuclear attack on multiple US cities would be far, far deadlier. If Putin truly opted for nuclear war, there is no reason to think he would do it halfway, and hitting the US's major cities would also destroy their economic capacity. In a first strike nuclear scenario, each side would try to dev the deadliest in human history, far exceeding the only past uses of nuclear weapons at and Nagasaki. Outside of what New York is both the financial capital of the United States and its largest city, as well as a global symbol of America. It goes without saying that a in Manhattan would be beyond devastating. The island is long, but it is one of the most densely populated areas in the entire country. An 8-kilo nuclear warhead would instantly kill between 1.5 and 2 buildings. The 5 boroughs of New York City collectively have almost 8.5 million, and every single one would have their lives upended. These 500-mile-per-hour winds could prove fatal. As researchers recently wrote in New York Magazine, it would demolish the flimsiest buildings and strip the walls and roofs off stronger structures, leaving only their naked and warped scaffolding. It would snap utility poles like toothpicks and rip through trees, fling people through the air, and turn brick, glass, wood, and metal into deadly projectiles. A blast in Times Square, combined with the fireball, would carve a crater 50 feet deep at the center of the explosion. The shockwave would reach a diameter of nearly 3.2 miles, shattering windows as far as Gramercy Park and the American Museum of Natural History. The city's medical infrastructure would strain or collapse under the burden, especially with many major hospitals destroyed. Similarly, evacuation from Manhattan and other boroughs would be extremely difficult due to the destroyed buildings, collapsed tunnels and bridges, and press of people trying to escape.
Don't buy another lottery ticket before you see this. Do you want to know how repeat lottery
blasts also release a strong electromagnetic pulse, which would knock out vital systems across the city, including electronic communication, medical technology, and the power grid itself. This would make any emergency response vastly more difficult and lead to even greater casualties. Yet, in the event of a real nuclear war, Russia wouldn't stop there. Los Angeles is another obvious target, second largest city and a major source of oil, as densely populated as New with some inhabitants, major roads even well outside radioactive fallout. LA's chronic drought would also be made far worse, leaving millions without safe drinking water. In the middle of the country, Chicago and its nearly 3 million residents would also likely be targeted. A nuclear blast could kill 500,000 to 600,000 instantly and badly injure over 1 million, while a large portion of the blast would explode into Lake Michigan, with winds spreading the fallout north, south, and east. The heavy populated Great Lakes region would be at risk and probably need to be evacuated as well. To have any chance in a nuclear war, Putin would need to go all out before the West could overwhelm Russia's limited defenses. Because of the effects of wind, even a small percentage of the nuclear weapons in Russia's arsenal could spread fallout across much of the United States and make many areas completely uninhabitable. Being far away from the actual impact sites still might not be a guarantee of safety, especially in more densely populated parts of the country. Since 80% of Americans live east of the Mississippi River, any nuclear strike on the eastern seaboard would be especially deadly. Overall, estimates suggest that the total number killed, injured, or exposed to radiation in a full Russian nuclear attack could exceed 256 million. That's 3/4 of the population just in the United States. But an attack on the US would also leave Russia open to retaliation from other NATO countries, meaning that they too would almost certainly be targeted early in a nuclear conflict. This would mean major European military installations like Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany, which coordinates NATO's air and missile defense networks. Spotters at Ramstein would be among the first to know if a country like Russia actually launched nuclear ICBMs, but due to its relative geographic proximity, there will be little time for a possible evacuation. A nuclear blast over Ramstein would kill some 30,000 people, while winds could potentially carry fallout across the continent, assuming a retaliatory riskier for Putin in the event of a nuclear attack. since at least some fallout could make it all the way back. Mary target England like Caserma Adele in Italy, which hosts the US's powerful 173rd potentials. This includes London, over 1 million, while total casualties from the shockwave and radiation could be over 2.3 million. London is also the capital of the UK, meaning that its government would also likely perish in the blast. As with other cities, London's vital infrastructure would also be completely dim. Coastal winds coming off the Atlantic could carry the radiation north into Scotland and west into France and other parts of continental Europe. Long story short, anywhere in the world, getting hit with a modern nuclear weapon would be a horrifying scenario. While this hypothetical is obviously incredibly unlikely to happen, it's also pretty obvious that if it did, there would be basically no good options.
See, he talking about unlikely to happen. You see him? That's what you're gonna see. Your missiles sliding all over. It is gonna happen. Thus saith the Lord. And I got one more just to show you, because they showed you the lands, how they got these silos in these different countries. So in this movie, Terminator 3, they show you. This is Terminator 3 Rise of the Machine. Out in different cities, man. See 'em? Same going up and coming back down. That's why I said the how open. Some of the missiles going up and coming back down, man. And they showed you in that movie, what's this movie? X-Men. Right? They showed you the movie X-Men. As a matter of fact, hold on. Hold on, bear with me for a second. Just pull this real quick and drop that. Just show this scene. Let me get a couple precepts because the Lord has made a way for the elect to escape all this, man. This is from X-Men Apocalypse.
Hey, Charles, wait. Oh my God. Thank you for letting me in. Charles. I felt powerless. Charles, get out of there.
What's going on? What's
Someone's taken over Cerebro. They're taking control of it.
to do what?
Act. Always the same. And now, no more stones. No more spear.
See? No more spears. That's in Isaiah 2 and 1.
No more slings. No more swords. No more weapons.
Yep.
No more systems. No more. No more superpowers.
Jesus 6. This is the power of darkness. The Lord gave Esau the power. See, there they go right there. The power of the sword, man. To create weapons. That's the only power they got, man. We are the princes of the power.
What the hell is going on? Who's turning the keys?
The men are.
He released
Who
all
greenlit the
man.
launch?
Hey, do something!
We've lost contact with all Tridents and Polaris sites.
The Air Force is reporting the same thing.
So much faith in that. Tools in that.
See?
Machines.
Yep.
Russia, China, England, Israel.
Elect. Trust me,
India.
how about you know the shot,
Everybody's got nukes in here.
What's the target? Where are they
Everywhere.
going? Up. Straight up. Alex! What? Destroy it! Destroy everything! Destroy Cerebro! You can fire your arrows from the Tower of Babel! But you can never strike gold!
Go ahead, something, man. That's that Joel 2. They shall not break their ranks. When they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
Oh, you okay?
Because there's a EMP burst that's gonna come from the missile to shut down anybody else's missiles, man. We're gonna be in the missiles, man. Anyway, that was the point. We get these precepts. Let's get these precepts, man. The Lord made a way for the elect to escape this. So let me go to first. Let me get Isaiah. This is Isaiah 35. Let's start at 3. It reads, strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of fearful heart, be strong. Fear not, behold, your power will come with vengeance, even power with the recompense. And that guy in that movie, X-Men Apocalypse, man, that's Yahweh Shai, man. They had him looking crazy as hell, but that's the representation of Yahweh Shai, man. He said, no more weapons, no more spears, no more slings, no more trusting in the fate, no more faith in the man. That's Yahweh Shai, man. That movie representing Yahweh Shai coming to annihilate Babylon the Great and other parts of the world where them Edomites at, man. Them elites, man. It reads, your God will come with vengeance, even power with a recompense. He will come to save you. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened through the hearing of the words of the Lord, man. Through the seeing, first is through the seeing of the men out there. It say, because then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. So the eyes of the blind shall be opened by seeing these men standing in great boldness, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped by they seeing and hearing these men standing in great boldness, saying, thus saith the Lord. Then shall the lame man leap as an hart, and the tongue of the dumb sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert. So these waters in the wilderness is the truth flowing throughout the four corners of the earth, man. First and foremost here in Babylon the Great. Because to tell you in Isaiah 30, it said that teacher should not be removed into a corner anymore, but thy eyes shall see thy teachers. Now I make the point of when you read that and it say that teacher should not be removed into a corner anymore. Well, New York was that corner, man. And look at the map. Where's New York at? It's in the corner of the map, man. That's where the truth came from, out of New York. That was a corner. And then the Lord set up the unicorn, man. And that's in Job 39. It say, and the parched ground shall become a pool. What's the parched ground? The valley of dry bones, America. We was dried up. As the Lord say in Job 12, it say he will heal the waters and they dried up. He sent the waters out again, they overturned the earth. So now the truth is overturned the earth. And the parched ground shall become a pool. This truth is everywhere, man. It's everywhere. And the thirsty land, the Israelites, springs of water in the habitation of dragons, in the midst of these Edomites, where each lake shall be grass with reeds and rushes. That's the elect receiving the truth in the midst of these Edomites, and they can't stop it. They can't do nothing. That's what it's saying. Let's read again. And the parched ground, Babylon the Great America, shall become a pool, and the thirsty land, springs of water. In the habitation of dragons, the Roman Empire, where each lake, where we have been laying at, shall be grass with reeds and rushes, and a highway shall be there, and a way, and it should be called the way of holiness. See, the Lord made a way for Israel to escape, the elect to escape. And the highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it. 2/3 of Jake, nor the heathens. That's why vocab don't understand. Vocab, what's his name? Michael Brown. But it shall be for those, the wayfaring men, thou fools shall not err therein. See, the Lord made a way for elect, whoever the elect is, to escape the pollutions of Esau Edom, man. Now, in Deuteronomy, this is Deuteronomy 32 and 1. Man, I woke up this morning with this on my mind, man. It reads, give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. See, it just said in Isaiah 35, with grass and reeds and rushes, in the midst of dragons, shall they receive the truth. So when you look at Christianity, right, you got to go to these theological seminaries to receive your doctrine from the so-called white man. Then you can go teach Jesus Christos, right? Well, how do you get the truth? Because Esau, it said in the midst of dragons with each lay in Isaiah 35. How did we get the truth, man? How did the apostles, elder bishops and elders and brothers get the truth? How did Elder Albert Bivens get the truth? How did our elders get the truth, man? The Lord, he said, my doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as the dew. We was mentioning this last night, which we do from time to time. Esau got all our records, man. Esau, they got the manifesto of the slave ships that came to America on Google. All the name of the slave ships. You can pull it up on Google, man. They know we got the slave ships spoken Hebrew and we had Hebrew names, man. They showed you the movie Roots how they beat the Hebrew out of you and they gave you an English name and took the Hebrew from you, man. That should be clear, just that movie alone. But they left the Esau like to document his stuff, man. And what they say, you want to hide something from Israelites, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in books. Well, they wrote the things down and they hid them. What the Lord said in Proverbs 25 and 2. It's the glory of God to conceal a thing, but it's for honor of kings to search them out. And the Lord gave us the Holy Spirit to search these things out, man. And see, the elect have a way to escape, and it's through the secrets of the Lord, man. It's the secrets. How the elect get the escape? Because I will publish the name of the Lord, Yahweh, will ascribe ye greatness unto our power. Now, in John 3 and 27, the Lord say, my doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew. You can't just pull up talking about you found Jesus, man. The Lord don't work like that. John 3 and 27, John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except to be given him from heaven, right? Esau tell you, you got to go to his theological seminaries. Now let's prove this. This is Romans 10 and 13. Listen to this. It reads, For whosoever shall call upon the name of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh shall be saved. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? Everybody believe in Jesus Christ, right? Everybody have heard Jehovah, Yahweh, God, Elohim, Yah, right? Yahshua, Yeshua. Everybody done heard that, man. Yahuwah and Yahusha. Everybody done heard those names. How then should they call on him in whom they have not heard? We only heard Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh in the last days, man. Listen. And how should they believe in him of whom they have not heard? See? Showing you we wasn't taught Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh, man. You either was taught Yahweh or Jehovah, God or Jesus. And how should they hear without a preacher? Here's the point. And how shall they preach? Salakia. And how shall they preach except they be sent, man? Huh? How shall they preach, Salakia? How shall they preach except they be sent? So you can't just wake up one day and go to some theological seminary or go to your local church and tell your pastor you trying to learn about Jesus. That ain't how the Lord work, man. And how shall they preach except they be sent? Right? This is John 15 and 16. That's why it's a beautiful thing for the Lord to have called you to this ministry, man. John 15 and 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. So there's nobody can come up and pull up on us talking about, yeah, I found Jesus. No, nigga. You found the demon. That's what you found. You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you shall go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain. And they tell you, we read last night in Ecclesiastes 27, it tell you the fruit, they say the fruit declares that the tree have been dressed, man. You got guys that's coming in Yahweh Shema Shah, but they is not giving you sound doctrine. Then you got guys that's coming, not in Yahweh Shema Shah, and they not giving you sound doctrine. And the Lord said it in Zechariah. It said they shall how's it worded? They shall not use rough garments to deceive. No, they're gonna use smooth garments. They're gonna be nice, decked out suits, nice, colorful garments. That's in Zechariah, man, 13. The Lord said they shall not use rough garments to deceive. No, they're gonna use smooth garments, man. Jake want to be decked out. Jake decked, and everybody love IUIC and all these accounts that they got the nice garments. Them niggas lying to you, man. It say that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. The point is, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. So you can't say you found the Lord, man. John, get to the point in a minute. I got to hit these precepts. John 6 and 44. Yahweh shall say, again, no man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. See, in the 60s was the beginning of the remnant waking up, man, which is the end. Deuteronomy. In the same way Yahushua was quickened in Isaiah, Isaiah 11, he quickened the remnant, man. With the same way Yahweh quickened Yahushua, Yahushua quickened the remnant. This Deuteronomy 29 and 29. And it said, the Lord said they shall be of quick understanding. This is Deuteronomy 29 and 29. See, the same way it said in Daniel 12 that wisdom shall increase, knowledge shall increase. That's on both sides, man. The Edomites has increased in their knowledge, but it's to their destruction. And the elect has increased to their knowledge, and it's to their salvation, Lord willing. This is Deuteronomy 29 and 29. The secret things belong unto Yahweh, our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever. Because it tell you in and then all this goes to Hebrews 6 and 9, things that accompany salvation, though we does speak. Let's prove it, man. Ecclesiasticus 42. I'm going to bring this precept out I just read in Deuteronomy 29. This is Ecclesiasticus 42. No, what is that? Bear with me here. What's that? 43? Nope. I thought it was in 42. Hold on here. Let me type this in. Bear with me. Let's see. No, it's in okay, I was there. I ain't go down further enough. Ecclesiastes 42 and 13. So let's read this again, right? That was my bad. I ain't go down further enough. So right here, hold on. Okay, 42 and 17. So right here, Deuteronomy 29 and 29 to read. Salakia. The secret things, but I ain't read this in a minute, man. The secret things belong unto Yahweh, our power. But those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. Right? So what's supposed to be revealed for us, to us for salvation, is revealed. Right? So this is Ecclesiastes 42 and 17. Yahweh have not given power to the saints to declare all his marvelous works, which the Almighty Lord firmly settled, that whatsoever is might be established for his glory. So he gave unto us what? Hebrews Hebrews 6 and 9. It reads, but beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that accompany salvation, though we does speak. See? So this is about what it takes for salvation, man. And the Lord made a way for the elect to escape. How? It said in Deuteronomy 29, the secret things belong to the Lord, but those things that are revealed belong to who? The saints. Psalms 25 and 14. It reads, the secret of Yahweh is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. See, these are secrets, man, as Apostle Ramla was going into Amos. And Esau can go into the detail. You saw Esau went into the details, the impact from the missiles and how far one missile going to affect 2, 3, 4 miles, and people, the radiation going to give you skin burns and cancer. The Lord ain't have to go into them details, man. All he said was seek Yahweh, fear the Lord, man, and put on the whole arm of the Lord, man, and prepare yourself to the battle. The Lord have to give us the details of what the missile's going to do. The scriptures say in 2 Peter 3, that everything shall melt with fervent heat. That's all you need to know, man. Amos 3 and 7. Surely Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Who is the servants of the Lord? Leviticus 25:55. It reads, for unto me the children of Israel are servants. They are my servants, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. I am Yahweh, your power. The Lord making a point here, man. He said, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt, man. Israelites, I am the Lord your God. In Isaiah, Isaiah 54, let's read 16 and 17. The Lord make points, man. Who is he dealing with? Oh, let me hold this. Just thought about this one. Amos 2, man. Amos 2. Let's hold that. This is Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his works, and I have created a waster to destroy. Hold on. Translation. Just get a translation. NIV. See, it is I who created the blacksmith, who fans the coals into the flame, and forges a weapon fit for its work. And it is I who have created the destroyer to wreak havoc. ESV. Behold, I have created the smith who blows the fire of coals and produces a weapon for its purpose. I have also created the Ravager to destroy. Y'all shot coming to ravage everything, man. Look, CSB. Look, I have created the craftsman. Huh? Who tools on them? Who name on these tools? Craftsman. Look at that. Look at that. CSB. Craftsman. That's Esau pride, right? He put his name on all his weapons, right? On all his tools. Look, I have created the craftsman who blows on the charcoal fire and produces a weapon suitable for his task. And I have created a destroyer to cause havoc. I want to see what the NLT say. NET. Look, I created the craftsman who fans the coals into a fire and forges a weapon. I create the destroyer so he might be devastate. So he might devastate. Where the NLT at? Man, it's heavy, man. Let's see. NLT reads, I have created the blacksmith who fans the coals beneath the forge and makes the weapons of destruction. And I have created the armies. Ooh, ooh. And I have created the armies that destroy. Hold on. Let me get it from the phone. Because I'll never go back to the Amos 2. The Lord said he created the armies. Let's get this. Wow. Isaiah 13 and 5, it reads, they come from a far country, from the ends of heaven, even Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. This is Jeremiah 50. Let's get this one. This is Jeremiah 50. Love it, man. Love it. Jeremiah 50 and 25. Yahweh have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. But this is the work of Yahweh, power of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans, man. And I have created the armies that destroy. Jeremiah 15:25 again. Yahweh have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Yeah, man. So the Lord said, let's go back in verse 17, right? Isaiah 54:17. It reads, making the point by the Lord's servant, he revealed his secret to his servants. I read out Leviticus 25:55. Is Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. And that's in Luke 21:15. The Lord said he gave the remnant of Israel a mouth and wisdom. Let me read it. Let me read it. Let me read it. Luke. See, this is a heritage of servants, man. As it say right here. This is Luke 21:15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries should not be able to gainsay nor resist. So who is the adversary? Who is the Lord talking to? There's a separation. Who did he give this mouth to? This mouth and wisdom to? That none of the adversaries can gainsay nor resist. It tell you in Jeremiah 30:16, the Lord say, all thy adversaries shall go into captivity. Every one of them, man. They that devour thee shall be devoured. So who is the Lord talking to in Luke 21:15? Let's read it again. That's in the red, man. That's Yahweh Shah. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries should not be able to gainsay nor resist. Who is the Lord talking to right here? He's talking to the Israelites, man. Okay? So Isaiah 54:17, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. This to the elect of Israel. And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn with what? The words of the Lord. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. See, Isaiah, Amos 2:9. Yet destroy I the Amorite before them, whose height was like the height of the cedars, and he was strong as the oaks. Yet I destroy his fruit from above, and his roots from beneath. Also I brought you up from the land of Egypt, and led you 40 years through the wilderness, and possessed the land of the Amorite. And what else, Lord? And I raised up of your sons for prophets. Whose sons? Those that came out of the land of Egypt. And of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O ye children, sons of Israel, saith Yahweh? See, Matthew. And as I love to read, in Matthew 11:25, Yahweh shall say, I thank thee, O Father of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and has revealed them unto babes. Revealed what? The secrets. You know, the basic instructions before leaving earth. That's what Bible means. Isn't that right? That's the acronym they use for Bible, man. Basic instructions before leaving earth. Shalom to the Akim and tuning in. Yahweh Shemam Shabbat Rocket Thumb. This is Matthew 13:9. Who have ears to hear, let them hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Right? Let me get this word here. Mysteries, right? Which is the same in Colossians 1:26.
Strong's G 3466, Mustadion. Mustadion.
See, hidden things, secret, mystery. It say generally mysteries, religious secrets, confined only to the initiated and not to the ordinary mortals. See, and that's another thing. We ain't mortal, man. The Lord said we shall die like mortals. He said, all of you are the sons of God, right? children of the Most High, but you shall die like mortals. A hidden or secret thing, not obvious to the understanding. So, now this word here, let me get this. This word parable. Where is it? Hold on, let me go back. Right here, Matthew 13 and 10. This word parable.
Strong's G 3850, parabole. Parabole.
Look, remember Elder Yakia brought this out. A parable, an earthly story with a heavenly meaning. Yeah, man. An earthly story with a heavenly meaning. See, this ain't for everybody, man. Look right here. See what it say? Similitude. Let's get that. Similitude. Hosea. What is that? Hosea 12 and 10. I have spoken also by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. Hold on. Who is the prophets? Who is the prophets? Amos chapter 2, verse 10. Also, I brought you up from the land of Egypt and led you 40 years through the wilderness to possess the land of the Amorite. And I raised up of your sons for prophets and of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O ye sons of Israel, saith Yahweh? Come on, man. Back in Matthew 13 and 10, it reads, And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou to them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries, those that's initiated of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Right here, verse 13. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see and see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And King David said, That which shall have been for their welfare, let it become a trap. So it's not for them to understand the mysteries. And I just want to make the points, man, because the Lord has given his secrets to the elect. And this is how they get to escape the pollutions of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, through the secrets of the Lord, through basic instructions before leaving earth, man. The secrets of the Lord is all that matters. Closing precept, Isaiah 33 and 6. Esau been working hard to kill us off, man. But as I tell you in Psalm 124, if it had not been for Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh, we would have been through, man. But the Lord made a way for the elect to escape, man. Whoever the elect is, Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. See, it's the fear of the Lord, man. And it tell you in Ecclesiastes 19 and 18, the fear of the Lord is the first step to being accepted of him. Let me close with that. It's Ecclesiastes 19 and 18. It reads, The fear of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh, is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. See, I got to get this. In Psalms, what's that? Psalms 116. I want to get this and one more. Yep, Psalm 116:6, right? It reads this: The Lord preserved the simple. I was brought low, and he helped me. Isaiah, helped of Yahweh, man. Yahweh preserved the simple. I was brought low, and he helped me. We was the lowest of the low, and the Lord helped us, man. He said he preserved the simple. But what did he do to the simple? Psalms 19:7. Because the scripture tell you in Proverbs, the simple believe every word. It's Psalm 19:7. The law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. But 2/3, they simple. The Lord ain't give them. The Lord ain't give them the law. The Lord ain't convert their soul through his spirit, through the Holy Spirit, which is the mind of Yahweh through Yahweh Shai. Hey, so Lord was edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rikah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of the great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, ready to accept it or not. In a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akbar through our listen learning. If your sisters are listening learning through our tuning in. May Yahweh Shema Shah continue to bless you in your houses. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Till next time, I say Shalom, Wa Abba Abba.